197-pound national champion Jaden Cox of Missouri.
I've done that twice now.
We'll let Jaden share an opening remark on his match tonight, and then we'll take questions from there, please. Please wait for the mic and signal to her, and we'll go from there. Thank you.
Oh, hey guys, I'm honored to have accomplished another great feat, not only for myself, but for my school, for my teammates, and for my family. And I'm very proud of the way that I've represented every single one of those, from myself to my team and everything to the program, my family. I'm proud of how I've represented them throughout my years wrestling in college, and I'm just really proud of the outcomes.
Jaden, which title's been the sweetest? The first, the second, the third, and how did you wrestle in such a different match than the Southern Scuffle final?
I think the second one held more to it, but it was like less emotional. I don't know how to explain that, but like the second one was like I had to prove it to myself, because I knew that I didn't do what I needed to do the year before in many aspects of my life, not just on the mat, but off the mat. So it was more of I had to make a commitment on my own part, and I had to show that I was committed to what I wanted to be and who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. And then this year was just emotional just because there was a lot of things that rode on it. There's just it's the first time in my program's history we've had a three-timer. It's the first time I've been a three-timer. There's just there are a lot of things riding on it, and plus there was just such an emotional ride with a great tournament that my teammates wrestled, having two more of them in the finals, and having a chance to step on the top of that podium as well.
Jaden, you talk about being the only three-time national title in Mizzou history, and have you really grasped it yet, the significance of that? Like, has it really hit you that you're the only one to accomplish that feat yet?
Not really, and I think that's more just because I have a lot of respect for the history of the school. I have a respect to the people that came before me and paved the way for me to be able to do what I do day in and day out, and I've accomplished great feats, and I hope just to become another stepping stone for somebody else to come through and break that. That's all this is. I want somebody else to come through and win four. I want somebody else to come through and do unimaginable things, and things I could only dream of, or maybe I couldn't even dream of. And I want to enjoy watching that.
Jaden, saw at the end of your match, you kind of rolled off, lay on your back, and just put your hands over your face for a second. What was going through your mind at that moment?
I did it, and I pushed through everything to get here, and that's the best feeling, because so much builds up in you before that final match. It's so much emotion. It's not all negative, it's not all pressure or anything. It's just so much that rides on that, and so when you get over with, it's just kind of like a oh my gosh, that was awesome, and I've had experience on both sides of that, where I can be like, oh, that's awesome, or dang it, so that was pretty much what was going through my mind.
Jaden, can you tell us your emotions as you're walking out and you see your coaches right outside, and just what did you tell them?
I didn't say anything, actually. Right out there, we didn't have anything we really needed to say. We've been here. We know what we came here to accomplish. And really, in those moments, I just hugged them, and it was a moment of just happiness and just enjoy and fulfillment. It's just embrace and enjoy it, because we knew where we wanted to be, and we knew this is what we were going to try and accomplish, and it was just enjoy this moment with them, and they're a part of it, and they've helped me get here, and hug it out, man, and enjoy this.
Jaden, your first two national titles and the bronze medal came with a little more suspense. They were close matches right now.
Right.
How did this one compare, the fact that you were able to gain some separation early on?
Well, me and Farah wrestled earlier at the Scuffle, and it was a 6-4 match. And I felt that I didn't wrestle my best in that match. And I don't make excuses, but I was going on wrestling for a lot longer than I probably should have, and I didn't really get a sufficient break. So, and I've wrestled completely different ever since I got a break in mid-season. I think I've told many of you. But he came out and wrestled that match at the Scuffle with everything, and he did the same here. But I knew what I wanted to do. I knew where I was going to get to. And I'm really quick at making adjustments, whether they be in match or even after I wrestle someone. If I wrestle you and then afterwards I get to make adjustments, the next time I wrestle is going to be completely different. So I got to make those adjustments and not really focus on them. Just say, hey, I need to tweak this. And really, that match showed me little things I could change that I was already good at. Like my sweep single, I have a great sweep single, you know. But one little thing I wasn't doing, which is why I was able to counter, I wasn't bumping the guy off. I wasn't bumping his weight across, you know. And so he was able to spin around. So like he just gave me more to look at myself. Because whenever someone does something right to you, you should look at yourself to see what you did wrong. That's what I believe. And that was a case that I did with this, and it worked out in the end.
Jaden, looking back on it now, being able to do something special like this in a community you grew up in, how special has that been, and then what do you plan on doing in the community going forward, even though your career at Mizzou is over now?
Well, as far as what I'm going to do with the community going forward, I need to graduate first. That's the most important thing. So I need to get back and focus on school. My spring break is going to be filled with online assignments. So, because I've been so busy, and my stats and psychology class is just a load. All right, so all right, Dr. Sheldon she's a nice woman, but that stuff is not, that material isn't. So it's like, so you know, and I'm struggling hard to keep my B in that class. So I'm gonna definitely take this time to focus in on my education. As for what else I can do with the community, I'd love to just go around and you know, either spread my knowledge with wrestling, or go around and talk with people. I love conversating with people and talk with them. I feel like people can get a lot of just having a conversation with somebody. And I believe conversations can really bring out the fact that people actually really matter. The fact that you're able to take time out of your day and relax. Because nowadays people, the one thing people aren't willing to give is time. Because apparently time is money. When, you know, when really you don't have enough time for it to, you know, you don't have enough time for just to run around and ignore everybody. So that's something I want to do, and just, you know, talk with people and, I don't know, I guess share my experiences or have them share experiences with me, and just learn from them and them learn from me, and be in great relationships through my life.
Jaden, what does it mean to you when people say that you're the greatest Mizzou athlete of all time?
It's nice to be recommended. I didn't do this for the accolades. I didn't do this for the acknowledgement. I did it for the love of the sport. But for people to say that, I'm honored to be put in that category. But at the end of the day, I wrestle because I love to wrestle. I do what I do because I want to do it and I love to do it. And you know, I'm blessed to have had the accomplishments that I've had, and I'm honored to have people put me in the conversations of being one of the greatest wrestlers for MU, greatest athletes for MU, and you know, I'm blessed and I'm happy. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm overall just joyful in doing what I'm doing.
Final question for Jaden, please.
Jaden, have you set a timetable for when you might make decisions about your competitive wrestling career moving forward in freestyle? Or is that something that's going to come in a little bit?
That's going to take time, you know, just to figure out. Funny enough, I was just talking to Coach Zadig, and he's like, I'm going to call you later. I'm like, all right, you can call me now. Because before I wasn't answering, and it wasn't like, hey, Coach Zadig, I don't like you. No, it wasn't that. It was more like, I'm focusing on what I got to do for this season. So I was just trying to stay focused on what I needed to do. And it wasn't just him. My girlfriend's had a terrible time not talking to me because I didn't talk to her either. So if she's throwing me fits, then and I have to deal with those. Coach Zadig, your fits are nothing. But I mean, no, he's a cool dude though. I mean, he was cool about it. He knows what I'm doing, and he's been in my shoes. But you know, he said he's going to call, so we might be able to make one then. I'm not too sure, but I'll make sure to respond this time. I told him I promise I'd answer the phone this time.
Thank you, Jaden.
So
Congratulations.
Thank you guys for everything.